Get ready with me while I tell you about the worst dance experience I've ever had. Okay, so a little background information. I was in a very, very toxic dance studio. But obviously at the time, I was so young, I didn't even know it was toxic. Okay, so the very first year there, it was amazing. The second year, it was pretty good, but there was this new girl that would get treated so much better than everybody else. I'm talking to the point where she would get so many more special parts than all of us. It was pretty much her solo, and we were all her backup dancers. Obviously, I wanted to be her friend, but it was very difficult because obviously I was jealous of her. But it wasn't until the next year that I realized it was toxic. I had gotten held back a year, even though I didn't feel as though I should be held back. And neither did my favorite teacher. I got a ton of feature parts in that dance. And obviously, yeah, it does feel pretty good to be the featured person, but I felt bad for all of the other dancers. I truly wasn't even treated like their teammate. They wouldn't invite me to absolutely any team thing. But that year, I was still pretty fine. But then, the next year, the owner of the company would take advantage of me for having ADHD. She would have weekly meetings with my mom about my medications. She would constantly say she expected better from me, and I would get blamed for when other people were talking. And that led me to be so afraid to ask questions in every class. I started hating dance and not wanting to go. One day, when I went to the back to go to the bathroom, I saw a squishy on the ground. And naturally, I squished it, but it popped. And because I accidentally popped a squishy, she took away my solo. My mom messaged the teacher that took away my solo and asked why she did what she did. She had said that it wasn't my property and that I shouldn't have squished it. My mom naturally tried to back me up, but it didn't really work. And so, about Christmas time, we were learning our Christmas dance. And I was in the back, behind all of the bad dancers. I would cry during every class. I hated it so much. My mom asked me if I wanted to stay, and I said no. She was shocked and told me to just stay that one day. That day I knew I didn't want to dance there anymore. So at the end of the class, I told my mom I'm done with this studio. But it wasn't that easy. My mom had to sign something that said that I would stay for the entire season. So my mom texted the dance teacher and asked if she could cut some slack on me. The dance teacher said that she didn't feel I was ready for the team and that I should be held back. And if we didn't like it, we could leave. My mom and I didn't like it, so we decided to leave that studio. And I'm so happy I did because I wouldn't have found the studio I'm at right now. So moral of the story, if you're not liking what you're doing, then stop. It's supposed to be an extracurricular activity and it's supposed to be fun. Love you guys.
Hey guys, so I hate that I have to do this, but today I'm exposing the Preppy Parrots. So basically about a week ago, I joined this Preppy group account called the Preppy Parrots. A bunch of people tried out and I was so excited that I made it. And after about the first 3 days of joining, we had 1,000 followers so we could go live. Basically everything was perfect, but one day we got banned and I was so upset. But the main owner told us that she had another account with 1,000 followers. So we started making videos on that account and you guessed it, it got banned too. After that, the main owner just quit the account. She was devastated that both her accounts with 1,000 followers got banned, so she just quit. I get it, I would too. But basically, after the main owner left, this random new girl came in named Gia, and we texted, and she acted all nice at first. But the second that the main owner left, she sprung. So she decided that she was the main owner now, and basically she kicked me out of the Snapchat group chat because she thought I didn't talk enough. And I was heartbroken. But the account got hacked. I wonder by who. And now I joined a new account. So I guess everything happens for a reason. So thanks for watching. Bye!
Let me tell you about the worst Airbnb I've ever booked, okay? So it was my husband and I's 2-year wedding anniversary. We're young, we're broke, but we still want to do something romantic, okay? We decided we're gonna book an Airbnb in the mountains because what's more romantic and cheap than being in the middle of nowhere? So I find this listing. Reviews were like all 5 stars. It was a 1-bedroom cabin with a mountain view, okay? I'm messaging the host and the host says to me she will personally let us in. We drive like 3 hours. By the time we get there, the sun's already setting. We get there and we knock on the door. This old lady gives us a little tour of the cabin. She shows us to her room and then she turns to me and she says, "If you guys need anything, I'll be sleeping on the futon." Excuse me, bitch, what? What did you say? What did he say? I made sure that this was an entire listing. At this point, I can't tell an old lady the vai cagar now, can I? No, I can't tell her vai cagar. It gets worse. The only bathroom in the house is in our bedroom. Look, I'm not really wanting to stay there. Not really wanting to drive down this mountain in the dark. While I'm unpacking my toiletries, I hear like 2 cars pull up. Out hops out like 8 grannies. Stay quiet for 30 minutes hoping that they would leave. And then all of a sudden, bingo! Excuse me, what? The host sees us come out of the room. She comes up to me and she's like, I forgot to mention, it's bingo night at my house this week and I hope that's all right. What would you do? Are you gonna curse out an old lady in front of 8 of her friends? You are outnumbered. It's fine. Let's rewind this story a little bit. Remember when I told you that there's only 1 bathroom in this cabin? I don't know if you know this, but old ladies can't hold their pee for a very long time. And bingo is 3 hours long. Within those 3.5 hours, I met Margaret, Suzanne, and Kathy. How could anybody give this place a 5-star rating? So I go back and I read the reviews. And there I see it. Margaret, Kathy, Suzanne. Best time of our lives. Best times of whose lives? Not mine. Not mine. I'm not gonna leave a negative review, okay? And ruin an old lady's happiness. No, I'm gonna call corporate and they're going to do it for me. Airbnb refunded me though. What is the lesson we learned? Who in the class wants to tell me? Quem prestou atenção, Make sure that it's not her friends that are leaving reviews. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I love you. Biz. Ciao.
I know I'm not the only one who's gotten bullied at college. I actually don't go to this college anymore because of this, along with other factors. So I was walking to the dining hall to go eat alone, and I'm behind this big group of girls, and I was not walking close to them at all. There was space between us, maybe more space could have been there, but there definitely was space. One of the girls in the group goes, "This person should know if she can hear my conversation, she's too effing close," except she actually said the word. Immediately I kind of started tearing up because I kind of just was going through a lot of emotions with not liking the university. The thing is this, the girl didn't stop. She just kept on saying things like bad about me, like I'm so stupid and this girl like doesn't know anything, and it was just like so much. We ended up crossing the street and I was praying that they would like keep on going straight instead of going straight then turn right, because that's what I needed to do. They ended up going straight and then starting to turn right, and I was like, I can't listen to this anymore. I'm just going to keep on walking straight. The thing is now they went straight and then turned right and then went straight again on that side of the street, and I was walking straight on the other side. So it was straight road and then straight, like we were both walking this way. And the girl who was saying all the rude stuff turns her head and she looks over at me and turns her head back to her friends and goes, "Oh, of course she was just a dumb white girl." If I'm being completely honest, I was crying at this point, and I ended up crying in the dining hall while eating, which I am half white, which I know like doesn't really matter, I guess, but I'm half white, half Asian. And I guess maybe I don't like that Asian. I also wouldn't consider myself dumb. I actually got a 4.0 both semesters at that university. But yeah, that's my story.